Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to Authentic Black Goddess TV. I'm your host, QueenAShakur, and this is the first dose of your daily vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget that you can follow me on Instagram at QueenAShakur. You can also follow the QueenAShakur fan page, and you can find me on Twitter at DGoddess27. Okay, so with that all being said, let's get into it. So Ottawa has declared a state of emergency over the Stupid 19 protesting that's been going on. Now, the mayor of Canada's capital declared a state of emergency on Sunday, and a former U.S. ambassador to Canada said other groups in the U.S. must stop interfering in the domestic affairs of America's neighbor as protesters are opposed to Stupid 19 restrictions, and they continue to paralyze Ottawa's downtown area. Mayor Jim Watson said the declaration highlights the need for support from other jurisdictions and levels of government. Now, it gives the city some additional powers around the procurement and how it delivers services, which could help purchase equipment that is required by frontline workers as well as first responders. Now, many of these protesters, including thousands of them, descended on Ottawa again over the weekend, joining 100 who remained there since last weekend. Residents of Ottawa are furious at the nonstop blaring of horns, traffic disruption, and harassment, and fear that no end is in sight after the police called it a siege that they could not manage. So this is all crazy, but let me say this. I'm going to share my screen and show this video, but not only is all of this foolishness going on, they have these mandates in place, and then they're saying that the federal employees are mandated to get the venom, but not the police. That's what they're saying. And then they're also saying that the police have literally stolen the fuel from the truckers, which I find absolutely deplorable. So I'm going to share my screen and show you all this report. Everyone, please get those likes up. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you in advance.
Day, a Canadian protest spilled over the border into Michigan and blocked the Ambassador Bridge. That's the busiest border crossing between the U.S. and Canada that is responsible for roughly a quarter of all trade between the two countries. CBS's Janet Shamlin reports from Ottawa.
Tonight, protesters defying calls to end what's been described as the occupation of Canada's capital, as Ottawa becomes a global front line of frustration over vaccine restrictions.
We want this over. People want to get on with their lives. This has been 2 years.
Hundreds of trucks are blockading the area around Parliament.
We're sitting here just because we think we're doing the right thing here.
The mayor declaring a state of emergency, warning they're losing the battle.
A lot of these big rigs have been here for all 12 days of this protest, and they have no intention of leaving anytime soon.
The anger spreading to the border. Traffic shut down for a second day on the bridge connecting Canada to the U.S. in Michigan, a major trade artery.
It has to stop.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is calling for an end to it all.
People of Ottawa don't deserve to be harassed in their own neighborhoods.
But momentum is growing as right-wing groups and politicians outside Canada pick up the banner, including Senator Ted Cruz and former President Donald Trump. And while GoFundMe ended protest donations, millions are coming in on other platforms. Many believe coordinating behind the scenes deep-pocketed anti-vaccine groups. Trucker Ross Sicarius says his pockets are about empty, but he's not leaving.
What type of toll is that taking on your income?
An absolute toll. I have no income, but they already took that from me before I got here.
And Janet Shamlian joins us now from Ottawa. So, Janet, do we know what kind of economic impact these protests are having?
So, Nora, almost every business in this area near Parliament has closed. At the border bridge, which connects Detroit to Windsor, some $200 million in goods cross each day. In the last 48 hours or so, not much of it has made it across. Nora?
All right. Janet Shamlian in Ottawa for us. Thank you.
Now, that just goes to show and prove how angry people are over these venom mandates. They're going through all of this. And like one of the drivers said, one of the truckers, it's been 2 years. When is this going to end? That's exactly what I would like to know. I mean, I said before months ago, this seems to be the forever pandemic. At the end of the day, when is it going to end? Likely never. But now let's talk about the cops stealing the truckers' fuel. I'm going to share my screen again so you can see this for yourselves. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And then next, I want to talk about how they have made it illegal to honk horns. I find this so interesting, honey. They're sitting there talking about it's illegal to honk horns, but it's okay to have mandates that force people to do things that they don't want to do. And that's why all this protesting is going on in the first place and why they've had to actually declare a state of emergency. Please make that make sense.
Look at this. Look at this. And these have all been refilled a couple times today. I think this is my fourth run. Is there more in the trailer? More in the trailer? Yeah, fuel? Where is this? It? Around the corner? There. We got propane all refilled finally. I think we're good. Got some more firewood. Got the barbecue out. Look at all this food. This is just one of many food places. Socks, mints, books, drinks, Tim Hortons, cookies, more pop, sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, goes on the eating pile, more food coming up on the wagons, more food back there, more propane tanks. It's going to be an awesome weekend. It's going to be, look at this guy. Look what he brought. Although we've been warned 3 times now, no more driving this. This came out of this trailer. And he also brought that trailer. This week's episode of Fuck Around and Find Out. Oh, and then if you want the camping version of your sausages and hamburgers. Keeping everybody warm. How you doing? They're going to bring up the rest of the jerry cans from the back of my truck.
Okay, in my opinion, that clearly looked like a scene from a bad movie. All right. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like something that would be going on in real life. And this is just so sad. This is where it has come to, people. Now, so listen to this. Now, with all of that going on, as you can clearly see, truckers protesting, people out there, the trucks lined up for 12 days at least. The police clearly stealing the truckers, their fuel, and all of this. The mayor has declared a state of emergency. All of these things going on. And you mean to tell me someone had the time to sit down and try to get a court order to be handed down for people to stop honking their horns? Okay, that should be the least of their issues. Now, the incessant honking that disrupted the lives of many downtown Ottawa residents for more than a week fell mostly on silent ears. Monday, thanks largely to a young woman named in a class action lawsuit against the protesters who are occupying the Capitol. Zexi Lee is her name. She's a public servant behind a proposed $9.8 million class action lawsuit filed with Ontario Superior Court of Justice, which sought an injunction prohibiting the defendants or any other participant in the anti-venom mandate convoy protest from using vehicle horns in the vicinity of downtown Ottawa. This is all so stupid as far as I'm concerned. First of all, why don't they do something about the cops stealing those truckers' fuel? Why don't they do something about them trying to force those people to go by these nefarious mandates? And why don't the police have to abide by them? I'm just curious. Now, the court granted the 10-day injunction on Monday, banning the honking in the area north of Queensway, the city's main east-west artery. According to the order, police are now authorized to arrest and remove anyone who they believe is intentionally contravening the order. Typically, such nuances fall under the city's bylaws and are subject to a fine. They say it's honestly such a stark difference. Now, the past fortnight honestly has not felt anything real. This is what Lee told CBS News on Tuesday, saying that now that it's quiet, it feels even more jarring in a good way. When the truckers and other protesters began pouring into the nation's capital nearly 2 weeks ago, Lee said that she walked around her downtown neighborhood to speak to them. She said, I had some really great conversations. While she met some sympathetic people, she said others seemed to care little about what local residents were going through. Downtown residents have been subjected to relentless honking, random fireworks, and choking off of diesel fumes from trucks parked near their homes. They've expressed outrage over the open display of hate symbols, and some say they've been the target of racial, homophobic, and transphobic slurs. Others claim they've been attacked for wearing masks. Some residents have sought refuge elsewhere, fleeing their downtown homes due to the noise and other forms of harassment. Lee said she invited an Ottawa Police Community Liaison Officer to meet with her neighbors, giving them a chance to air their grievances. She says, I had to really make sure our voices are heard. Okay, yeah, this is just all real crazy, but at the end of the day, I'm going to share my screen so you can see the video of what this young woman has to say. The young woman who did all of this, because she's really proud of herself. In fact, she seems to be quite thrilled that she's put in all this hard work. I mean, you think just from listening to her, in my opinion, you'd likely think that she was fighting a cause like Rosa Parks did. I mean, all because people are honking horns. I'm just saying. It just all sounds so stupid to me, especially in the midst of all the things that are going on with this protesting and these mandates. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at QueenAShakur. You can also follow the QueenAShakur fan page, and you can find me on Twitter at DGoddess27.
Before agreeing to put my name on, I obviously knew that this was going to be a big challenge for me. With being the face against what's going on here in Ottawa, I was honestly expecting a lot of negative comments and a lot of negative response, but really what I wasn't expecting was the absolute outpouring of love from the community and support and thankfulness and gratitude from everyone for my standing up and trying to be a voice for everyone. I kind of intentionally put a target on my back, but really I am more than happy to do so if it means that I can make a difference for the community. And really, I think that I did. And I hope that everyone else agrees.
I'm sorry, did she just say that she basically put a target on her back? That is all so ridiculous. I'm sorry, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And she's acting like she's really a fighter for truth and freedom and all of that. When there's people out here literally risking their lives to fight against the government and these nefarious mandates. I'm not talking about these people specifically, but I'm talking about people like those who have been listed on the government list for speaking out about certain things. And people like Brandy Vaughn, who's now deceased because she mysteriously turned up dead after she was speaking out. I'm just saying, this woman sitting here acting like she's a whole civil rights fighter or a freedom fighter or something because she simply got them to order a 10-day injunction for people not to honk their horns. Now, somebody please make that make sense. Anyway, the protesting continues. Don't really know when this is going to end. It doesn't seem like there's an end in sight. And it's just a lot of melee going on. And I'm just wondering what they're going to do about the cops stealing those their fuel. Because that's definitely crazy as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that's the news for now. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen goes live. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at QueenAShakur. And I hope to talk to you all soon. Enjoy the rest of this lovely day. Peace.